Subhanallah. طيب. And stopping at a verse of mercy and asking the merciful for his bounty. And it's written here. Understanding the meaning. Okay, pondering means the tafsir. Basically, you can take it easily, the tafsir. Okay, what about understanding is the meaning. Meaning is like simply reading the translation. But somehow, sometimes it likes you are not getting the translation even. Why? Because there's some kind of story or background behind this words. Okay, so tafsirs really matters. Okay, this means interacting and reading with your heart to every ayah in an appropriate manner. And once you know the meaning, you will paying attention, and you will your moods changes, your emotion changes once you getting the meanings, and it's really common. Okay, humbleness and crying when reading. May Allah grant such quality. Yeah. Okay, the last one, individualization. This means that the reader feels that every message in the Quran is meant especially for him personally. I told you, Quran is the story of you and mine. There is a scholar, Imam An-Nawawi, okay, a very great scholar of Islam. What he said about it. Imam An-Nawawi, may Allah be merciful to him, crying when reading the Quran is a characteristic of those who know Allah. Meaning they know him through his names and characteristics, okay? And the feelings of the righteous reading the Quran, at-tilawa means reading, okay? Is either out loud, in which tajweed is obvious, or silently, in which the reading should be audible to the reader or to those near the reader, okay? In the case of looking at the Quran, it should be that you are crying and your moods and emotions getting changed from each and every ayah, okay? If you are reading 4 pages, you can't be like an idol, just moving your tongue. It's not like that. Okay. Okay. In the case of looking at the Quran with the 2 eyes, without moving the parts responsible for speech, and without pronouncing every letter from its articulation point, with observation of the letters' characteristics, this is not Qira'ah. This is not Qira'ah. And Tilawa. It could possibly be called Itqala, looking for something, but not reading it. You are just like reading the news. Itla, somehow you can understand like reading the news. It's just like you are reading it, but you don't know what to do. You don't know articulation points. You don't know tajweed rulings. You don't know sifa. Even you don't know the meanings. Then what's the reason to reading it? It's not. It's not. I can say a good habit. Reading Quran is a good habit, but what it's benefiting you? Some people say the Quran is like, okay, we're just reading it because the books of Allah. It's not like that. Make Quran, make the habit that you love Quran. Please don't play on the board. Please, please, please. Take care. Take care, sisters. Subhanallah. Okay. Here, okay. Introduction of Tajweed, okay. Seeking refuge and saying the Basmallah. Okay, Basmallah, we say majority in Arabic. In Urdu, Urdu speakers, if they are here, Asians mainly, they say Bismillah, okay, but Basmallah. The meaning of isti'adha is seeking for refuge or protection when the reader says, A'udhu billahi minash shaytanir rajim. Okay, he is seeking the protection and refuge with Allah from Satan before starting to read. Okay, Allah is in the Quran even said, فَإِذَا قَرَأْتَ الْقُرْآنَ فَاسْتَعِذْ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ. Okay, and when you read the Quran, seek refuge with Allah from the rejected Satan, okay, and the shaitan. طيب, it's An-Nahl and 98, but it's just the reference of what they are saying above, okay, the reference of this ayah. طيب, this is some kind of attributes you have to care about it. If the reader is reciting silently or alone, he should seek refuge silently, okay, say this A'udhu Billah silently. Yani when normally we read in at homes, okay. If one is about to pray, okay, seek refuge is done also silently, because as women we are not doing any jama'ah, okay. Thirdly, if one is reading aloud and others are present that will hear the recitation, okay, the seeking of refuge is done out loud. Yani if someone is hearing like I'm reading it and you all are hearing me, just hearing me, not reading after me, just hearing me. So saying the isti'adha, a'udhu billah, it's just like out loud from all of your sides, okay. Number 4, if the reading is done by the turns, yani mainly we done in the classes and in the madrasa and Islamic schools where Quran reads mainly, students come one by one at their turn, okay. So what in this case, if the reading is done by turns, mainly in as in classroom situation, the first reader, okay, remember, the first reader seeks refuge out loud, and the rest do it silently. Not each of you are it's good to repeat A'udhu Billah again and again. Just say Bismillah and start reading, because the first student has done it already. This is the attribute you have to remember on, okay. If the reading is cut out of coughing, sneezing, or by talk referring to the reading or the meaning of the words, yani you are talking about the Quran, you are talking about the meanings, the tafsir, okay, in the class or individually, okay, that there is no need for repeating the seeking of refuge, okay, then there is no need, because it is something, yani coughing and sneezing from Allah, and this is done by, yani you are not speaking the things which is not permissible, yani you are pondering on the meanings and discussing about the Quran, so it's fine. Don't say A'udhu Billah after discussion of Quran. Number 6, the last one, inshallah. If the reading is cut off by work or normal conversation, like we do normally, okay, come here, go there, put this, put out, everything, subhanallah, or normal conversation, or by eating, then the seeking of refuge should be repeated before beginning reading the Quran again, okay. Let me see the messages, chats. My voice is breaking up. Okay. Tahib, okay. You see? Here is the pictures of reading in the class out loud. You see? Just to give a clue, inshallah. Okay. And this is something I need to discuss, but inshallah in the next class. Okay. Here I will discuss first the main thing, which is really important to know, which is what? Lahan. What is lahan now? Because before starting, you must know the kind of things. Please mute the mic, sisters. I can. Yeah. Please mute the mics and take care about the mics as well. Lahan is the mistake. Okay. It is defined as a mistake and deviation from correctness when reading. Yani, lahan is a kind of mistake. Okay. In easy word, just take it as a mistake. Okay. Now what? It is divided into 2 parts. Okay. First is obvious mistake, the clear apparent mistake. Second is like not really obvious mistakes, yani the hidden mistakes, and how one can recognize that the person who is reading are doing the lahne jali, obvious mistakes. Jali means obvious, clear mistakes, and khafi means yani hidden mistakes, which is not clear. Okay, you can be eligible for judging the lahne jali if you are truly understanding the vowels, basics, vowels, letters with the attributes and articulations. Okay, now how? See this. It is a mistake that occurs in the pronunciation that affects the accuracy of the reading. Okay, what's the accuracy of the reading now? Even if the mistake occurs in the meaning or not, yani it somehow changes the meaning, but the beginners like us, okay, beginners like you and I, we can't, as per the plus point is we are not Arabs basically. So how can we understand that either the meaning meaning is changing or not? Okay, we can't get it. So what to do? This type of mistakes occurs in the makeup of the word or in the letter. The reader pronounce, yani, if you know the articulation point and the sifa of letter ta, da, and the dal, yani, this is the bunch of letters which come out from the same point, same articulation point. Okay, so since you know the ta, da, and dal makhraj, makhraj means the articulation point, and you know the sifa, you can easily detect that the person is reading making mistake. Yani he or she is changing the ta to the ta, or ta to the ta, or sad to the zal, and zal to the sa, or sin and sad, or dad and dal. You see, you can recognize it quickly. The mistake can also occur in the vowels. Yani changing the vowels. Huh? And we done it mostly. Changing the vowel. Yani saying the fatha instead of kasra, saying kasra instead of fatha, and dhamma, and like these kinds of mistake. Vowels is fatha, dhamma, kasra. Okay. The third mistake is making the sukoon. Here is written. It can also be the mistake occurs the sukoon being read like one of the three vowels. Yani how? The letter having sukoon, what you do? You make it voweled. The letter, let me show you inshallah here. This category is named obvious and clear mistakes, yani changing the letter, changing the vowel, okay, or making the sakina letter in yani one of three vowels, okay. So these are the three obvious mistakes. Okay. What's happening? You see, I wish you are able to see it, okay. You see, there is a change. There is a changing of letter. أنعمت عليهم. أنعمت عليهم. But what we change here? أنعمت. Instead of saying أنعمت, what we done? أنعمت, which is wrong. Okay. Here also, the real meaning, the real letter, the correct letter is فَكَثَّرَكُمْ. How we change it? We say فَكَثَّرَكُمْ, because you don't know what's the meaning, what's the emitting point of sa and sin. Okay? So it is really necessary to know from the beginning. To know from the beginning. You see, فَكَثَّرَكُمْ, you change it like فَكَثَّرَكُمْ, sa, 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 sa. This is soft. This is like a voice, like I can say the whistling sound. Okay. What are the lahne khafi then? Lahne khafi, it's a mistake which yani never yani it's not like changing the meaning, changing the language, or changing the grammar as well. Okay, but the person who has no understanding of the Quran, yani who is not in advanced level, can't get the idea of this mistake. Yani how can you get it? You have to be pro, or at least know some of the letters and attributes and articulation to judge these mistakes. How? It is a mistake that takes place in the pronunciation that pierces the reading, heard by an accomplished reader. You see? Accomplished reader. And it's not a mistake in the meaning or in the language or in the grammar. No. Only those who have knowledge of Quran reading recognize these mistakes. And mainly our teachers can recognize it, okay? What about this? The first mistake. Make mistakes only known by those knowledgeable in reading Quran, such as leaving out the idgham. Yani you don't know what's idgham now. Okay, this is somehow the name of rule in Arabic language in the Tajweed basically. Okay, so if you don't know what's idgham, what's izhar, what's the madud, what's the meme rules, you are not able to even detect the mistakes, or you are maybe repeating it by yourself as well. Okay, what's the second mistake? It is really a mistake which a high level teachers can detect. The second part of mistake, okay, may Allah makes among them. Mistakes only known by skilled readers of Quran. Why it says skilled readers? Because such as unwanted repetition of the raw, which we never understand that it could be mistake. Okay, included this category is the mistake of reading the dhamma between the dhamma and fatha. Yani, now you say, how can we read dhamma between the dhamma and fatha? By not completing. Yani say kul ilafi, instead of saying ilafi, it's not complete. Since you don't know, it could be a mistake. You will say, okay, what's wrong? Ilafi. She's saying kasra. Fine. But no, that's not actually true. Kul auzu, kul. It's not kul. It's kul. Rounding your lips completely. Okay? E, stretching your lips. Open vertically for the fatha. That's the shapes. When you become the skilled reader, you can detect easily. Okay, and even you know the shapes of others lips, even though you are not seeing them. Mainly my student says, how you get this, how you know I'm not making the good shape? Because we are used to listen these mistakes and we are used to correct it. Then it's easy to detect that the person, even not in front of our eyes, we can easily detect that, okay, she is doing this mistake. Okay, so that's why it says skilled readers. May Allah make us among them. And obviously other is like between the kasra and fatha. I'm not giving you a lot of examples now because maybe you are getting confused by this. Okay, so just remember lahan, which is called mistake. We have basically two kinds of mistake. One is obvious. Second is like the hidden one. Obvious, you can detect easily after completing the articulation points and the sifa, which is changing the letters. You can write it. Changing the letters, changing the vowels, and making the sukoon with one of the vowels. So yeah, this is easy to detect. The lahn khafi or the hidden mistake is not completing the rules of Tajweed or not completing the vowels as it's due to complete it. Okay. So our class going to an end after